Guys, what we discussed yesterday. So day 2, day 1. So day 1 we discussed about the guys, the day 1 what we discussed about just what is OS, right guys? So we discussed about what is OS. Yeah, so we discussed about the introduction. So what we gonna cover you on this course, and we discussed about the what is OS. Day 2. So what we will discuss? We will discuss types of OSs and types of hardwares and who who invented the Linux OS. So we'll discuss today. So right guys, types of OSs. How many types of OSs? OS types. So OS can be two types. OS can be two types of OSs. So what are those? So those are single user operating system and multi-user operating system. What is that, guys? Single user OS, multi-user OS. So what is single user OS or what is multi-user OS, guys? So Dell, Latitude. So this is the single user OS. Yeah. So what is the meaning of single user OS, guys? Single user operating system. So in your laptop, so you are using laptop, right? Which laptops, guys, are you using? You're using the Dell laptops or Lenovo, Acer, whatever we discussed yesterday, right? So in this laptop, how many users connected at a time, guys? How many users are used at a time? So in your laptop, for example, this is your Dell laptop. How many users are using at a time, guys? Guys, speak out, guys. Only one user. Yeah, only one user means single user. So you can interact with this only one user and work with the only one user. But multi-user operating system. So what is the single user operating systems, guys? Which OS installed on your laptop? Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, and etc. For example, guys, right? So multi-user operating system. So what are the multi-user operating system? So multi-user operating system means so we can connect at a time multiple people. So we can connect the OS at a time multiple users is nothing but a multi-user operating system. Please mute yourself. Okay, so multiple users are connecting at a time. So what is that OS? The OS is like Windows Server 2020, Windows Server 2018, Windows Server 2016, and Linux also. So Linux also used for the mostly used for the single user operating system, multi-user operating system. So Mac, right? Macintosh. So Mac OS also a single user operating system. So Linux also we can use a single user operating system or a multi-user operating system also. So we can connect as a single user and we can use as a multi-user. But mostly Linux is popular for multi-user. So mainly Linux is popular for the server side, right? So yes, you understood. So HP, Dell, you are using the hardwares, but which hardware is used for the multi-user operating system? Which hardware need to install? Yes.
Sir, your
Yes.
voice breaking. Your voice is breaking, sir.
My voice is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Not clear. Not clear.
not clear. Huh? Are you able to hear now? Are you able to hear now? Is it breaking or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So multi-user operating system means so we can connect the multiple users at a time. Single user operating system means so we can connect only one user at a time and we can work it. So multi-user operating system means we can connect the multiple users and so we can access multiple users and we can do the work multiple users, right? Now you understood. So the hardwares for the single user operating system, which hardwares we used. So yesterday I already told you, right guys? So Dell Latitude, HP Pavilion, or what is that? HP Lightbook, or something like a Lenovo, Asus, Toshiba, Samsung. So these all are the single user hardware, also designed for two types. So hardware also designed for two types. One is for the single user operating system purpose, and so other one is for the multi-user operating system purpose. Single user hardware. This hardware is supported for the single user operating system, and this hardware is supported for the multi-user operating system. So this hardware is supported for the multi-user operating system. This hardware is supported for the single user operating system. So now you understood Dell Latitude, HP Lightbook, Lenovo, Asus, Samsung. So in these hardwares, we installed only the single user operating system because of only one people can connect at a time and work at a time, right? Multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system means multiple users connected at a time and we can work multiple, so and multitasking, right? So what are the hardware supported for the multi-user operating systems? So Dell company is designed for the two types of hardwares. One is for a single user operating system and multi-user operating system. So what is the model of the single user operating system? Dell Latitude. What is that, guys? These are the Dell Latitudes series. These are the single user operating system, and the multi-user operating system purpose they are using the Dell PowerEdge series. These all are the multi-user operating system supported hardwares. What is that, guys? So multi-user operating system supported hardwares, right? Guys, now you understood. So this is the hardware. So we are using for installing the a multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system. Guys, now you understood. So hardware also designed for two types. So one is for single user operating system. So the other one is for a multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system, right guys? So HP. So HP, Dell also created two types of hardwares, and HP also created two types of hardwares. HP Pavilion or HP Lightbooks. So these all are for the single user operating system, and HP ProLiant. So HP ProLiant DL380. So these are for the server hardware. This is the multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system. IBM Blade servers. What is that, guys? IBM Blade servers. So IBM is designed only for the server side operating systems, so server hardwares. Now you understood, guys? This is the IBM blade servers. IBM blade servers. So HP, Dell, the both are designed two types of hardwares. Two types of hardwares. One is for single user operating system and the other one is for the multi-user operating system. So Lenovo, Asus, Samsung, these all are only designed for the single user operating system, and the multi-user operating system IBM blade servers. IBM is only designed for the blade servers. IBM is only designed for the on the server side hardware. So Lenovo, Asus, Samsung, so these all are the only designed for the single user operating system. But HP, Dell, they both are designed for the single user operating system and multi-user operating system. Guys, who invented the Linux, guys? Sorry, Windows. So Windows OS, who developed, who invented, who created? Does anyone knows? Guys, does anyone knows? So Windows OS is developed by which company? So Windows, very good. So Microsoft company. So Microsoft company created Windows OS. So Windows OS. So Microsoft company created two types of OSs. One is for single user operating system, another one is multi-user operating system. So single user operating system and so multi-user operating system. Okay. So Macintosh. So who developed this OS, guys? Mac OS, Apple company. So Apple company and Macintosh OS is supported only for the single user operating system. It is not supported for the multi-user operating system. So like yeah. So and the Linux. Who developed the Linux? So before going to the Linux, so here we need to know the what is the difference between what is a GUI and what is CLI, guys? So what is GUI and what is CLI? Does anyone knows?
Graphical user interface.
Very good. Graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. All Windows OSs are GUI OSs, right? GUI means graphical user interface. The OS is designed with the help of images, something like minimize, maximize. So we can do everything, right? Through GUI. So we can do we can do anything through GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. Graphical interface, it will be easy to understand. It will be easy to operate. It will be easy to operate the OS, right? And so what is a CLI? So guys, what is, yes, very good. Command line interface. So command line interface means, so who is popular for the command line interface? So Linux is popular for the command line interface, CLI. So Linux OS is designed through CLI and Windows is designed through graphical user interface. So how you can interact with the Linux OS, guys? So CLI, right, is a command line interface, CMD, command prompt. So right, DIR. So how you are interacting with this OS, guys? Through the commands. So Linux is a CLI. So Linux is OS is a command line interface. So how you can interact with how you can interact so how you can interact with the Linux OS, guys? Linux OS,
Using commands.
yeah, through commands only. How you can interact with the Linux OS, guys? Through commands only. I will show you. Oracle VirtualBox. CentOS start. See guys, this is the Linux OS. Yeah, so I'm interacting with this OS through commands only, CLI, right? So root is the username and Red Hat is the password. Yeah, you see, so in Windows, right, how you can log in? You can log in through the GUI, something like you can use the username and password through GUI. But here, so everything through commands only. For example, ls, mkdir, so everything pwd, so cd, var lib, right? So everything. So how I am interacting with this OS, guys, Linux OS, through commands only, through commands only. So why Linux is popular? Why Linux is popular? I will tell you. Okay, now you understood, right, guys? Yeah. So now the difference between CLI and GUI. So Linux OS is GUI. A Windows OS is CLI. So Windows is graphical user interface. That's the reason everyone can understand and everyone can easily use it. So Linux OS is popular and Linux OS is CLI. So why CLI? Why they developed CLI? I will tell you. No worries. Okay. Yeah. Save. Day 2 iPhone 1. So now coming to Linux OS. So Linux also one of the operating system and it is a CLI operating system, command line interface. Guys, understood? So command line interface. So why they are popular for command line interface is nothing but, so Windows is a GUI, right? GUI means it developed with the help of pictures, images, with the help of images, right? Something like you guys are heard about it, or I don't know. So ransomware attack, ransom. So ransomware attack, hackers can easily. So hackers can easily attack the OSs through the images links, something like you got the email and with the, so in that link you can in that image you can directly click it automatically. So Windows affected the ransomware attacks and they will lock the system. So right, so that's the reason. So Windows is not popular for the production. Windows is not popular for the real-time environments. So Linux and so if you want to install the OS, at least we need a 100 GB. So we need a 100 GB of space to install the OS, to install the OS, and it is not recommendable, and it is not a secure OS. It is not a secure OS. So Linux is a portable because of it installed with the help of commands, right? So commands means English letters. So something like cmd, pwd, these all are right. So the portable means if you want to install the Linux OS, we need just a space of 8 GB is enough, and it is a highly secure. What is that, guys? Highly secure. It is a highly secure and portable. So and it is a this is a open source. Open source, guys. Here also we need to know two things, two different two meanings. So one is commercial. So what is commercial and so what is open source? Guys, does anyone knows? Guys, does anyone knows what is commercial and what is open source? Guys, who are learning Java? Java is a open source or a commercial, guys?
Is a open source.
Yeah. So what is open source? Open source meaning?
Anybody can access from anywhere.
User can easily access it.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. So what is open source?
Free of cost.
Yeah. So open source is nothing but a free of cost and source code also. Source code also available. So open source is nothing but it's a freely available. It's a freely available, free of cost and source code also available. So what is source code, guys? So what is source code?
Code used for OS.
Yeah. So I have a website www.facebook.com. So how it was developed? It was developed through the code, right? So this is a source code. What it is, guys? This is a source code. Source code. This code also freely available. This code also freely available. I have a Facebook code and I took that Facebook code and I created a website called as a bookface.jar. So because of I have a code, right? Facebook.jar where I have a Facebook code. I don't want the developers to develop the code from scratch. I have already code. So I will open this code in the Eclipse or edit notepad editor or something like that IDE, and I will replace wherever the Facebook is there, I replace it to bookface, right? If code is available, so we can easily modify it. So we can easily modify it. So whatever we want, we can modify it for our customization. So we can modify our customized templates, right? This is nothing but a source code is nothing but a so the Linux or something like open source Java, right? Java is a software. Java is a language, but software. So how this Java developed? This Java developed through the code. What is that code? Source code. Source code also available. If source code is available, so we can took this code and we can develop other languages also. For example, Python. So I developed the Python through the Java, or I created a software, another software, same like as a Java, something like a Java, right? I have a source code. It will be easy to customize your own. You can customize your own. Guys, now understood? So free of cost and source code also available. If source code is available, we can customize. So we can customize whatever we want. So whatever we can't, we can customize because of we have a source code. So commercial means it's a licensing. So before use, we can buy. So we can buy the software. We can purchase. We can purchase the we can purchase before use it. If you want to use this software, definitely we need to purchase it. It's a commercial means we need to buy the licenses. All Microsoft family are a commercial. If you want to, if you have a Office, MS Office, Microsoft Office or something like everything, so the .NET, everything, all the Microsoft products are commercial. All the Microsoft products are commercial. And so Linux is competitor. Linux is competitor for the Windows. So Windows is Windows is released as a commercial and Linux released as a open source. Linux released as a open source. Guys, now you understood? Linux is a open source. Yeah. Now, who developed the Linux? Who developed the Linux? The guy name is Linus Torvald. What is that guy name, guys? Linus Torvald. In 1991, studied one of the university, and his mentor is asking to create a new OS. His mentor is gave the task like a create a new OS. So based on Unix. So Unix operating system, based on Unix operating system, he asked to create a new OS. He created the OS called as a Minix. So which OS he created? He created the Minix OS. So what is the name of the OS, guys? Minix. So the name of the OS is called as a Minix. So Minix having some drawbacks. Minix having some drawbacks. So he overcome those drawbacks and created a new OS called as new OS. He created a new OS. New OS. And he is thinking to put the new name for this OS. Created a So he is thinking to put the new OS. He is thinking to So he is thinking to put the new OS name, call it as a. So what is his name, guys? So what is his name? Yes, speak out, guys.
Linus Torvald.
Yes, Linus, right? He took first four letters from his name and last letter from Unix. Based on the based on the Unix OS, right? He created the Minix OS. Minix OS have some drawbacks, and he created a new OS, and he is thinking to put the new name for this OS. So how he created the new OS name? How he put the new OS name? So first four letters from his name and last letter from the Unix. Then he created a OS name. Call it as a, what is that, guys? How Linux came? Yes, Linux. What is that, guys? Linux. Yeah. So now you understood, right? How Linux comes into the picture. So first four letters from his name and the last letter from Unix. He took these letters and created a name called as a Linux OS. So he created a Linux OS and he released as a open source.
Sir, can you repeat?
Source. Yeah. So Linus Torvald, who created the Linux? So Linus Torvald. Who is this, guys? Linus Torvald. Yeah, this is the guy, Linux. So who created the Linux OS? So Linus Torvald. Linus Torvald. So in 1991, he studied one of the university and his mentor. So mentor is nothing but a teacher or a trainer asked to create a new OS based on the Linux. He took the Unix, so you can took the Unix OS and create a new OS. His mentor is asking to create a new OS. Based on the Unix, he created the OS called as a Minix OS. Minix OS having some drawbacks. So and he overcome those drawbacks and created a new OS. And he is thinking to put or create a new name for this new OS. And he thinking like that. He thinking and he took first 4 letters from his name and last letter from the Unix. So last letter from the Unix, and he created a name, call it as a Linux OS. He name call it as a Linux OS, and it is a open source. He released as a open source because of, so this Linux is competitor for the Windows. So Windows released as a commercial, and it is a GUI, right? That's the reason he created a CLI, and so he released as a open source. Open source is nothing but a free of cost, and source code also available. Open source is nothing but a free of cost and source code available. Guys, now you understood how Linux OS came into the picture? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Linux is a open source. Linux is a open source. So open source means, so free of cost, guys. So open source means a free of cost, and source code also available. So some of the companies are took this source code. Some of the companies are took this source code and created their own type of OSs. Their own type of OSs. I will show you. Yeah. Linux OS released as a open source, right? So open source means, so free of cost and source code also available. So everyone took that source code. Yeah. So IBM company. So which company, guys? IBM company took that source code, took that Linux OS source code, and created their own OS called as a IBM AAX Linux OS. And HP company took that source code and created their own type of OS called as a UX Linux OS. Same like as a Solaris. Sun company, Sun Microsystems. Guys, so who is developed the Java, guys? Who developed
Sun
Java?
Microsystem. Yes.
So who acquired now? So who is handled? Who is maintained the
Oracle.
Java? Oracle. Yes. So Oracle acquired. So Oracle acquired the Java from the Sun Microsystems. So Java initially Java developed by the Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems also company also took that source code and created their own OS called as a Solaris. Solaris Linux OS. The same way Oracle company also. So Oracle company also took that source code and created their own type of Linux called as a Oracle Linux OS. Who is, guys? Malayan Raven. Yeah. So Oracle company also took that source code and created their own type of Linux called as a Oracle Linux OS. So Red Hat INC. So Red Hat INC company took that source code and created their own type of OS called as a CentOS Linux OS, Fedora Linux OS, and and Red Hat Linux OS. There's a, they designed three types of OSs. They designed three types of OSs, and the versions CentOS 2.3.4.5.6.7.8.9. The same way Red Hat also created 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The present version of the CentOS and Red Hat is CentOS 9 and Red Hat 9. So Oracle also same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Oracle is the copy of the Red Hat INC. It's a copy of a CentOS or a Red Hat. Guys, understood? The same way Debian. So Debian also company also took that source code and created. So Ubuntu OS. So Ubuntu OS. Amazon company also took that source code and created their own OS called as a Amazon Linux 2 OS and Amazon Linux 2023. So 2023. Now you understood, guys. He released as a open source and took the source code and created their own type of OSs. So in our course, we will discuss about the these OSs. So if you learn the CentOS, Red Hat, the same, Oracle also same. So something like you learn the Amazon Linux also while so while working with the Amazon cloud, right, AWS cloud, so we will install the Amazon Linux. So in the Oracle virtual machine, in the Oracle physical or virtual machine, we install the CentOS Red Hat OSs. So which version we will learn? We learn the which version? CentOS 7, 8, 9, CentOS 7, 8, 9. So Red Hat version 7, 8, 9. So what is the present Java version, guys? So which version is using the Java?
8 version, sir.
8 version.
Yes, Java 8. So Java 8 before which version is used? So now 8. So before 7.
7.
Yes, before
6.
6.
5.
5. Right. So I learned something like I learned Java 5, I think, right, guys? So 2011 I learned Java 5, Java 6.
Okay.
Java 5 and 6, I think. Okay, the same. There is no much difference between the version 6 and 7. So they released as a security or something like they implemented a new feature and released as a 7, 8, 9. It's like guys, okay. Guys, now you understood. So types of voices and types of hardwares and so who invented the Linux? Who invented the Linux, guys? Who created the Linux OS?
Linux store.
Linus Torvald. So in 1991, he studied in one of the university, and his mentor is asking to create a new OS based out of the Unix OS. He created a Minix OS. Minix OS having some drawbacks. So then he asked to overcome those drawbacks also. He overcome those drawbacks and he created a new OS, but he is thinking to create which name we need to put for that OS. So then he decided he took the first 4 letters from his name and the last letter from the Unix, and he took those 4 letter 5 letters and created as a Linux OS, and he released as a open source because of it's a competitor for the Windows. Guys, understood? Yeah. So the companies, now you understood, right? Everything, all are same. If you learn the if you learn the Linux OS, right, any one of the Linux OS, the core functionality should be same. The same commands we are using for the AX, Unix, Solaris, Oracle, CentOS, Ubuntu, Amazon Linux. So everywhere we are using the same commands. But he designed so he modified few commands and released as a new version, new name. Guys, understood?
What about Kali Linux?
Yeah, Kali Linux, FreeBSD Linux, everything. So everything, SUSE Linux, so all Linuxes are same. If you learn any one of the Linux, it will be easy to handle all the OSs, all the Linux OSs, same like as if you learn any one of the cloud. If you learn any one of the cloud, it will be very easy to understand the other cloud platforms also because of the core functionality. So the core functionality should be the same, but the difference is the naming convention. But the difference is a naming convention. Something like C++, Java, Python, .NET. The whoops concepts are same. So whoops are the core functionality. Whoops are the core functionality. If you know the whoops, it will be easy to understand the Python. It will be easy to understand. If you know the Java, it will be easy to understand Python or .NET or anything. So because of you know the what is the whoops concept, right? Whoops, if you know the whoops concept, so every language took the whoops concept and created their own language. Same like as if you know any one of the Linux, it will be easy to understand the other Linuxes also. So nothing much difference between all these OSs, all these Linux OSs. Same like as a cloud also. Same like as a cloud also. Guys, so in this course, so what we are learning? So we are learning the, so we are installing the CentOS Red Hat OS. CentOS and so Red Hat OS. Guys, now you understood? Yeah. Now you guys are understood. So Dell PowerEdge R710 or 71. So I'm taking this one, guys. So Linux OS is popular for the server side, means multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system. Hey guys, I'm a user. Yes guys, I'm a user. So I'm a user. I want to connect to the, I want to interact with this hardware. So I want to interact with this hardware. Hardware knows which language, guys?
Binary.
Binary means zeros and ones, right? Zeros and ones. And I know only English language. So how you can interact? So are you able to interact with this? Are you able to communicate directly with this hardware? No, because of I know only English and hardware knows only binary language. So what we need, guys? We need a
Mediator.
who is?
OS.
Yeah, which OS?
Linux.
Yeah, Linux. So which OS? I already told you, right, guys? So in this course, what we learn? We learn CentOS 7 Linux OS. Now you understood, right, guys? So how we want to learn Linux OS? Because of, so if you want to interact with the hardware, interact with this hardware, definitely we need to know the OS. So which OS we are learning in this course? Linux OS. Because of, so in the real time, all the applications are deployed on the Linux OS only. All the OS are deployed on the Linux OS only. Yes, right? Yeah. I want to interact with this hardware, right? I install the CentOS 7 OS. Yeah, okay. CentOS 7 OS I installed. Then, so developer developed this code, right? So this code is something like a WhatsApp code. WhatsApp 1.0.jar or var. So this is the jar file, guys. So I want to see it in the browser or the internet. So if I click the www.web.whatsapp.com. So for example, I want to connect the WhatsApp over the internet. So over the internet, right? So if you click www.whatsapp.com, it searches over the internet. It searches over the internet. Yeah, it searches over the internet. So is that a WhatsApp is deployed anywhere or not, guys? Is that WhatsApp is deployed anywhere or not? No, right? Still that the WhatsApp is not deployed. So if you want to deploy the WhatsApp, right? So this code is developed via Java, and we need to install on the web server, right? Which web server we need? We need a web server called as a Tomcat. So which web server, guys? So we installed the Tomcat web server. So then, so we copied this code into this. We copied code into this location. So what is the default path for the Tomcat, guys? /opt Tomcat web apps whatsapp.jar, right? So you deployed the code into this path, something like this is a WhatsApp. So here whatsapp.jar were deployed. So this is our code. So this is our code, right? So write code wrote in the Java language. You need to install the Java also. Yeah. So we install the CentOS Linux, and you install the Java Tomcat, and you copied the whatever the code, right? You copied this code in this location. So in this location, and you start the Tomcat service. So once you start the Tomcat service, your code also deployed here, right? So once you click the whatsapp.com, it searches over the internet, and it finds, yeah, in this server the code is deployed. The which server the code is deployed? The code is deployed under this server. The code is deployed under this server, and it gets the response from here over the HTTPS, and it opens a page called as a login page. It is asking the username and the password. So then login. Once it is, it will validate again the username, right? So where the data is stored again. Yeah, this is also another server. So this is a database server. What this is? This is a app server. App server means application server. This is a DB server, database server. Database server. Again, you need to install the CentOS 7. Then you can install the databases. For example, Oracle database. So we installed the Oracle database and created the tables, schemas, everything, and they are linked up with this. They are linked up with this through the JDBC or something like that. So once we provided the information, and it will check it in this server. Check it in this database server. Is our username password right? Yes. Then open a page called as your profile page. Once you click the page, right, it will open another page. If you click the another profile, it will open the another page from here only. Guys, now you understood how the application deployed in the real-time environment. So how the application is deployed in the real-time environment.
Sir, could you please repeat again, sir? I didn't understand.
Couldn't understand, huh? Yeah. For example, in our real time, something like www.facebook.com. Right. So here, something like you need to log out, you need to provide the username password, right? Once you click the facebook.com, it opens the a login page. It opens the login page. Yeah, 1 second, I will show. Incognito. Oh, yes. www.facebook.com. Yeah. So once you click the www.facebook.com, this is the browser. This is our Chrome browser. So you have a internet. So once you click the www.facebook.com, it searches where your application is deployed. Your application is deployed. Yeah, your Facebook application code is deployed under this server. It searches over the internet where this code is deployed, Facebook code. Yeah, so it searches and so find it. So the website is deployed here, and it will, from the response through the HTTPS, it will open the which page. So whenever you hit the www.facebook.com, right, so it will open the index.html or login page. Which page, guys? Login page. So yeah, once login page, you provided the information. Once you provided the email or email address or phone number or password, once you provided, right, it automatically opens your profile page. So it automatically opens your profile page. If the username password, if the username password is matched, then only it will open the page. Otherwise, it will display the username or password is incorrect, right? So once you provided this information, right, the password, username and password, the storage, the database information will be stored under the database server, and the application code is only deployed under this. This is the front end or something like a business login. Our application is deployed in here only, but the where it stores on the database servers only, something like, right? So something like this is a 360-degree images or videos. So application developer develop the code for the application only, right? But the where it stores under the database only. If you want to store the image, right? So in our mobile also, if you have a storage, then only you can store the images, right? So in the application also, how we can store the images? We can store the images over the database servers only. All the images, videos, everything will be stored under the database only. Only this is only for the app server. This is displaying the pages only. So where we need to store the data, we need to store the data on the database only. Whatever it may be, if it is a image, if it is a content, if it is a username password, or if it is a videos, everything will be stored under the database. If you want to deploy application, so how many servers we need, guys? We need a 2 servers. We need we need 2 servers. What are those? Guys, tell me, what are those?
DB server.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, so this is one. server, and again, so this is also one server. So this is also a one server. So these are the, so if you want to deploy application, if you want to deploy, or if you want to create a one website, for example Facebook or anything, so we need a two servers. So what are those guys? So one is app server, so other one is
User server.
yeah, app server. Shit, what happened guys? Yeah, again, so we need to install the, if you want, how you can interact with this hardware guys, so definitely we need to install the OS. Then, so if you want to deploy application, we need a web server, and we need to install the, so through which language you wrote the code, we need to install those. So here we need to install the databases. So guys, tell me, so what are the databases, what are the database softwares available? Does anyone knows? Oracle, Postgres, MySQL, MariaDB, Cassandra, MongoDB, DB2. These all are the database softwares. These all are the database softwares. So what are the languages guys? Java, Python, .NET, and etc. And etc. Guys, now you understood? So if you want to deploy application, so we need a two servers. This is nothing but a production environment. So this is nothing but a environment. This is a production environment. This is nothing but a production environment. Yeah, tomorrow's curiosity is yeah guys. So how many people are having the bikes or car? Guys, so in your home, something like your brother, father, cousins, so they are purchased the bikes, right? They bought the bikes, right? So who are having at least where we can buy the bikes guys, motorcycles or motor vehicles, bikes, cars or mobiles. So you have a mobile, right? Where you purchased guys your mobiles? Guys,
From source.
sorry.
Showroom, sir.
Showroom. Very good. Yeah. 1 second, guys. We'll take this screenshot. Yeah. So you bought the, this is the showroom. So before the showroom, shit. Shit. Yeah. So you are trying to buy a bike. So the Glamour or whatever it may be, guys. So for example, I'm taking a Glamour bike, right? You are trying to buy the bike, so it is available in the showroom. So before showroom, guys, so before comes to the showroom, so before comes to the showroom, so what are the actions done, guys? So before comes to the showroom, what are the actions done? Guys, before come to the showroom, so what are the actions done? First we need to develop this bike, right guys? First we need to develop this bike, something like so the structure, everything, the parts, everything will be developed. So where it will be developed, guys? It will be developed in the company, right? Hero company. So in the Hero company, first it developed the bike, developed or created the bike. So what is this environment? So development environment. In the development environment, so for this bike we needed 2 wheels and 1 stand, so handler, mirrors, the front light, headlamp, seat, everything will be designed, right? So once we designed, so then they will provide the something like so the mileage, it will be used by using the petrol. It's a petrol bike, so 1 liter, so 1 liter 60 kilometers or something like it, everything will be tested. Once it is developed, then we need to test it. So who will test, guys? Testing team will test it. So testing team is nothing but a QA ENV is nothing but a quality analysis. They will validate the quality. Once it is okay, then we will send it to the showroom. Showroom is nothing but a production environment. So which environment, guys? So this is the production environment, and so it's a live environment. It's a live environment. So this is the production, and this is the non-production environment. Non-production. So non-production. So non-production means, so yeah. So again, so so our application is deployed under the production environment. So before come to the production, so how many environments are there? How many environments are there? The same like as everything. If you want to comes to the live, definitely first we need to develop it, then we need to test it, then finally released in the production. So finally released in the production environment. Same like as a bike showroom, car showroom. So whatever it may be. So whatever it may be. Yeah, first in the developed environment. So development team, for example, you guys are development team also having their environment. First they will test it in the development environment, then they will pass it to QA environment. Once the QA validate the application, they will send it to the production environment is live environment. So www.facebook.com, right? Those environments are the production environments. I will tell you detailed information tomorrow, guys. I will tell you a real-time environment. So I will tell you a real-time environments tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, guys. So again, I'm telling you. So I have a YouTube channel, guys. So I am uploading these recordings in the YouTube channel. Tomorrow I will share it to you share it to Soumya, guys. Okay, or today I will share it to Soumya. So Soumya will send it to you guys. Tech World with Tech World with Hari. My YouTube channel name is. So I will create a playlist here. I will create a playlist here, something like 360 degrees freshers AWS Linux batch 23. I'm creating a batch 23 and I will upload today and tomorrow's recording. And again, I will tell you one thing, guys. You guys can create a GitHub account, guys. So create a GitHub account. Okay, create a GitHub account. So www.github.com. So you guys can go through it, and same like as a Facebook or WhatsApp, right? How you are creating your sign up account. The same like as you guys can create the GitHub account. I will tell you the GitHub once we done the Linux, guys. So then you will understand what is GitHub and everything. And here I will create here I will give you the link also, guys. I will create a link here, something like a 360 degrees Linux AWS freshers batch 21 or 22, right? I will create it and I will create the folders day by day, day one, day two, day one, and I will upload all these documents, guys. Whatever we discussed, right, in the class, I will upload here, guys. I will upload it. You guys can watch it on recording. Guys can watch the recording here. Okay. So yeah, before that you guys can subscribe this channel. You will get a notification, guys. In the YouTube, you guys can search it Tech World with Hari. You will get my YouTube channel. You guys can then immediately you guys can subscribe it. So every day, whenever I upload the recording, right, you will get a notification, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. So we'll continue from tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.